Why forgiveness matters more than you think. Hello and welcome. Today, we're talking about something that affects us all: forgiveness. At some point, we all experience hurt. A friend betrays our trust. A family member speaks painful words. Someone wrongs us in a way that leaves deep wounds. Some pain fades with time, but some lingers, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever felt a surge of anger just by remembering what someone did? Have you ever said, "I will never forgive them," because the pain felt too deep? Have you ever felt stuck in the past, unable to move forward because of what happened? Forgiveness is hard, but it's also powerful. Many believe it's a gift for the other person, but in reality, it's a gift for ourselves. It allows us to release pain and make space for peace. In this video, we'll explore what forgiveness really means, common myths that stop people from forgiving, why holding on to pain only harms the person carrying it, how forgiveness improves emotional and physical health, steps to start forgiving even when it feels impossible. Let's begin. What forgiveness really means. Many misunderstand forgiveness. Some believe it means pretending the hurt never happened or letting the person back into your life. But that's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness does not mean approving of what happened, trusting the person again, forgetting the pain. Forgiveness is about choosing freedom over bitterness, letting go of anger so the past no longer controls the future. Example, the heavy backpack. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go. At first, you think, "I can handle this." But inside the backpack are painful memories, anger, and resentment, each represented by a rock. One rock is from a friend who betrayed you. Another is from a family member who hurt you with their words. A third is from a mistake you can't forgive yourself for. Each time you replay painful moments in your mind, more rocks are added. Over time, your shoulders ache, the straps dig into your skin, and every step feels heavier. Then someone asks, "Why don't you take off the backpack?" You hesitate. "I can't. These rocks represent real pain. If I take them out, it means what happened didn't matter." But that's not true. Setting the backpack down doesn't erase the past. It simply frees you from carrying the weight. Forgiveness is like removing those rocks one by one. When you finally take off the backpack, your body feels lighter, your steps become easier, and your heart is free. The myths about forgiveness. Many struggle with forgiveness because of false beliefs that make it seem impossible. Let's break down some common myths. 1. If I forgive, they win. It can feel like forgiving someone means letting them get away with what they did. But forgiveness isn't about winning or losing. It's about choosing peace over pain. Example, the prisoner and the key. Imagine two people locked in a dark prison cell. One holds the key. They can stay locked in or unlock the door and walk free. Holding on to anger is like choosing to stay in the cell, believing it punishes the other person. But in reality, the only prisoner is you. The person who hurt you may have moved on, but if you're still trapped in resentment, who is really suffering? Forgiveness does not mean they win. It means you win. Your peace, your joy, your freedom. 2. If I forgive, I have to forget. Many people resist forgiveness because they believe it means erasing what happened. But forgiveness doesn't require forgetting. Example, the open wound versus the scar. Think of an emotional wound like a deep cut on your skin. At first, it's painful, raw, and bleeding. If you keep touching the wound, it won't heal. But if you care for it, it eventually becomes a scar, a reminder, but without the pain. Forgiveness is about healing the wound, not pretending it never existed. You don't have to erase the past to move forward. Forgiveness means memories no longer have power over your emotions. 3. Some things are unforgivable. It's easy to forgive small mistakes, but what about deep betrayal, abuse, or emotional wounds? Some believe certain acts are so terrible that forgiveness is impossible. Example, the man who lost everything. A man's business partner betrayed him. He lost everything, his money, his home, years of hard work. For years, he held on to rage, unable to move forward. One day, he realized his former business partner had moved on, but he was still stuck in the past. So he made a choice to let go, not because the betrayal was okay, but because he refused to let it steal his future. Even the deepest wounds can heal with time and self-care. Forgiveness does not mean allowing the person back into your life. It means reclaiming your power. 4. They have to say sorry first. Many people wait for an apology before forgiving, but what if that day never comes? Example, the daughter waiting for an apology. A young woman grew up with a critical, unkind mother. She waited for an apology, thinking, one day she will realize how much she hurt me. But the apology never came. Then she realized she didn't need an apology to heal. She forgave, not because her mother had changed, but because she deserved peace. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. An apology is nice, but healing doesn't have to wait for it. Final thoughts. The power of letting go. Forgiveness is often misunderstood, but the truth is, it's not about winning or losing. It's about peace. It doesn't erase the past. It frees you from it. Even deep wounds can heal because you deserve healing. You don't have to wait for an apology. Your peace is in your hands. Now, take a deep breath. What pain are you ready to release today? Why? Holding on to pain only harms the person carrying it. Holding on to resentment can feel justified, like a form of self-protection. But in reality, it's a heavy burden. Think of it like carrying a backpack filled with stones. Each grudge, each painful memory adds weight. And the longer you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. The person who hurt you may have moved on, unaware of the weight you carry. But you feel it every day. Anger and resentment don't punish the other person. They trap you in the past. Letting go isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about choosing not to let it control you anymore. How forgiveness improves emotional and physical health. Science backs this up. Holding on to anger increases stress, weakens the immune system, and even raises blood pressure. Unforgiveness keeps the body in a constant state of tension, triggering anxiety, fatigue, and even chronic pain. But when you forgive, something shifts. Your body relaxes, your heart feels lighter, your mind becomes clearer. Studies show that people who practice forgiveness experience lower levels of depression, better sleep, and even a longer lifespan. Forgiveness isn't just emotional, it's healing in every sense. Steps to start forgiving, even when it feels impossible. If forgiveness feels too far away, start small. 1. Acknowledge the pain. Ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. Sit with it, name it, understand where it comes from. 2. Shift the focus. Instead of replaying what was done to you, ask yourself, how is this pain affecting my life? 3. Choose yourself over the pain. Forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about setting yourself free. 4. Start with compassion. Imagine talking to your younger self. Would you want them to carry this forever? 5. Practice letting go. Daily, forgiveness isn't a one-time event. It's a process. Some days it's easier, some days it's harder, but every step forward is a step toward peace. Final reflection. You deserve freedom from what hurt you. You deserve peace, even if the past wasn't fair. And the good news? That peace isn't in anyone else's hands. It's in yours. So ask yourself, what weight am I ready to put down today?